Yeah, I mean, we're way better than Waukegan.
Yeah.
They don't even have a podcast called Waukegan Connects. I mean,
They have a weed shop, though.
oh, yeah, they're cool. Damn it.
Does your business need a little extra attention?
Do you want to grow your impact and your bottom line?
Do you want to be heard?
Well, let out a roar and contact Gary Schneeberger of Roar.
The Roar team has over 30 years of experience creating effective and evocative content that'll help you reach your goals with boldness, engagement, and inspiration.
Want to learn more? Visit weroar.la. Roar!
Hey, Donnie, you thirsty?
Oh, yeah.
Well, get on down to Lucci's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue. Grab yourself a cold drink and some good conversation.
This family-owned bar will serve you up some great memories.
Follow them on Facebook for their great upcoming specials and events.
That's Lucci's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue. 3, 2, 1, action. On this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, we dream big and connect with Alex Kudrna of Backyard Dream Productions. Cue that music. And that was not a sound effect.
You know, I still have a little bit left in my other beer, but I had to go grab another one during the song just so I can crack the beer noise.
Well, you know, that song,
you demand needs to be live.
I mean, you have to crack open that Public Craft Brewing Company beer. It is just so good. Matt does such a great job down there in beautiful downtown Kenosha at 628 58th Street. I recommend everybody going down there and having some beer, some food, some spirits, and a good time.
I'm enjoying a light lager today. It's only 4%, so I can have a couple of them.
Yes, you can have some fun, and, you know.
So I got to slam down this can so I can get to my new can.
That's
just cracked
right.
open.
You can check out all their beer, all their food, everything that they got going on at publiccraftbrewingcompany.com.
That's right, Don.
Do it.
Great place.
Yeah, it is.
I'd also like to thank Dropping Daisies for that awesome theme song.
Oh, my God. Alex, wasn't that song a rocker?
It really was.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Dropping Daisies.
Yeah, check them out. They're around. And local band did our song for us. It was great.
Thank you, Amy.
Still
and
number
Danny.
one in the charts, I hear.
Yep, and guess what?
What?
Still number one in my heart.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know, right? I know.
That's beautiful.
That should be
Donnie.
on a T-shirt. Letter Machine, you listening?
Should get on that. Who are we talking to today, Donnie?
Oh, my goodness. Alex, how are you doing?
I couldn't be happier. I'm in your guys' brand new studio.
Yes,
I know,
our
it's
first
amazing,
guest.
huh?
This is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. All right, Alex, let's get into this. Let's get to know you. Born and raised in Kenosha?
Born and raised in Kenosha.
Oh, my goodness.
What neighborhood you grew up in?
I was in Summers, so I was off at KR over by the Kenosha Country Club.
Oh,
So north, very, very north side.
Yeah, I just discovered where the country club was like 2 years ago.
oh, really?
I had no idea it was down that side road over there. That's like in between Sheridan and 22nd, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. Like
A lot of deer in that area.
Yes. Oh dear.
Yeah, I finally got there. I finally was with someone important enough to bring me to the Kenosha Country Club.
You almost said Kenosha Comedy Club.
Well, I am 2 public beers in.
Yes, you are. So, Alex, born and raised Kenosha, you're living over there. What were you're little Alex, right? Where'd your parents take you? What'd you do when you were a little?
So the funny thing is, we did a lot in Racine.
Oh, okay.
'cause my
You
family-
just hop and a skip right
Just
there.
hop and a
right?
skip because jump over KR and you're in Racine. So we did a lot of things in Racine. So I didn't really know much about Kenosha at that point. But I grew up in my backyard, and that's kind of where my company started.
Backyard Dream Productions.
Yes.
That's right.
I was able to build a stage in my backyard when I was very young, and then every family party we would I'd put on a show. So I'd invite all the neighbor kids over, and we would hand out tickets during the family parties.
Wow.
My parents would be like, "Oh, people are here for a party, not for your show." And then like, "Come on, let's get over here."
If it's a party, there's got to be a show, right?
There was. So I had a stage, and I had a little shower curtain for the backstage, and then I had floodlights on power strips, so I would make little light shows. I had a little
Oh.
karaoke machine.
So what was the show all about? What was that first show you set up? What was the
You must have had some
presentation?
help doing this. You couldn't do it by
Well,
yourself,
I just had
right?
the neighbor kids come over.
Yeah.
Like
Put
he
it to
was
work?
put on a show?
They would do the acting. I would do the backstage stuff and stage management.
Ah.
I would never be anything in the show.
No.
Oh, so you weren't in the talent at all?
I was not. I had to produce it.
That's true.
That's
true.
what I still like to do. So
So you never had the luster to be in the spotlight? It's kind
No.
of behind the scenes kind of thing?
it wasn't my thing.
So what was this show? Was it a play or?
We would do karaoke songs.
Oh,
so I would
nice.
karaoke thing, or they would do some kind of play of some sort. They would come up with something.
Oh, that's cool.
And then later in life, I upgraded to a video camera and got into more of the film side of it.
Oh.
What was your first video camera that you...
It was a Sony Handycam little 10x zoom mini DV tape.
Where'd you get that? You bought it with your own money? Or you got a
I
Christmas
got it for a
gift?
Christmas gift
Oh,
because I was playing my parents' VHS version of it.
Oh,
Where you
okay.
could do all the special effects built in. You could do a little bit of cutting and all that within their VHS. We're like, yeah, we can't have you use this one. This one's a little expensive. So they upgraded me to this other camera that was mine.
Nice.
So you said you were going to Racine quite a bit because you're kind of right there on the border. And your family owns a business in Racine, correct?
Yes, a family-owned business, Central Saw and Mower, right on Lathrop.
What was that called again?
Central Saw and Mower.
Saw and motor, okay.
So it's lawnmowers, snow blowers, all that kind of stuff. It's been in the family for over 60 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I just got to ask, like, why aren't you in that kind of business? Not your cup of tea, or you were just inspired at the young age to produce?
I always liked producing, but I worked there my entire life growing up.
Oh, so you're like, I'm sick of this.
It was never my thing. So every weekend or every time I got out of school, I'm like, Dad, I want to come work. So I'd be there every weekend and every night when it snowed, when it was busy, I was always there. So I learned the business. I really loved that my family was entrepreneurs and my grandpa was. So I just kind of followed in those footsteps, but in a totally left turn than what. So my brother's there now, and he's taking it over from my dad. So there's that legacy's able
It's
to
staying
live
in the
on.
family.
Yeah.
Good,
it
good,
just-
That's good. That's good. So when you were working there, you're just tuning up lawnmowers.
Tuning up
and
lawnmowers.
stuff?
The fun part was driving out the mowers every morning. The big ride-on ones, getting them
I
out front,
bet.
making them look really nice and picturesque.
Yeah, because that's been in your family for quite a while.
60 years.
Wow.
Okay, so back to this video thing. How old were you when you first started operating a camera?
About 7 or 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How about when you first started editing?
It was right away, right after that.
How did you edit this stuff then?
Most of it was on the computer because I'm not that old. So we had.
Yeah, you're right. You're very.
I had a computer.
Okay.
So I used the very early on Final Cut.
Okay.
So you were like, oh, I'm making these shows in the backyard, producing them, and you were always very big into film. Do you remember like the first movie that you saw as a kid that really inspired you to get into this?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. That was the one, huh?
That was the one.
What caught you on that?
It just was so visually entertaining. Obviously, back then the dinosaurs they actually still hold up today, but it's just incredibly well done. It feels real. It doesn't feel fake. Doesn't feel forced. So it just always captured my eye. And Spielberg did such a great job with it.
And he's one of your big inspirations.
He is probably one of my biggest, next to Quentin Tarantino.
Now, have you ever met Spielberg?
I have not yet.
No, not yet. See,
Yet.
there you go. I like that. I like that. So you're seeing Jurassic Park. You're making these shows, and then your family probably was like, "Oh, he really enjoys this." Did they endorse you on this kind of dream at this young age, or did they want you to get into the family business since you were kind of going to be working there?
They didn't push me in the family business at all.
Oh,
I just
perfect.
I loved working, so I forced myself to go work there. But overall, I was able to follow my dreams. They always pushed me to do what I wanted to do and create and really do what I wanted, follow my dreams. They never said, you shouldn't do that or go be a doctor or go be a lawyer because you actually make money. Artists don't make money. So they always supported me 100% no matter what I wanted to do.
What was one of your favorite projects as a kid that you did? Like, do you recall any like really like ones that you're really proud of that you did? You're like, wow, that was cool.
Not really, not until I really got into high school and older.
Okay.
When I got into theater a lot more. But I would say when I was a kid, just filming with the neighbor kids, which I'm still friends with them today, is we'd go out and we'd just come up with these stories and they would act, and we're out in the freezing cold in snow pants. And
Oh wow!
the batteries only last 5-10 minutes because it's so cold out there, and I had to go inside and warm up and charge them. But it just everything was fun back then. I really got to create and life didn't matter at that point. I didn't have bills, didn't have anything to worry about. Just
Right,
able to
you
go out there.
you could just create.
The imagination could run wild.
So you never had that itch to be in front be the star.
No,
Interesting.
not my thing.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to school. You're 8 years old when you set up your first stage, and you kind of knew right then that was your thing. Where did you go to school at?
For
We'll go high school.
High school? Bradford.
Oh, Bradford. Okay.
Yes.
Did you bring the talents that you were already gaining in your life with stage and producing and editing to high school? Did you take classes there?
That's when it really, well, I guess started back in middle school at Washington. Mr. Keckler back then, we actually started the AV club together. So I was able to bring in a green screen. We did like the real weather every day or once a week, whatever it was, and helped get that show off the ground.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of where that producing side of it came in middle school. And then from there, going into high school, really focused on theater. So by my sophomore year, I really got into the stage management side of it. So I was stage managing almost all the shows when I was in high school.
Wow.
Which I really loved.
Do you ever want to just go back and kind of do a play at the Roadie or something nowadays and produce that?
Hey, I'm still doing stuff. I'm out there. So I just did a show at Indian Trail.
Nice.
I still give back to KUSD as much as I can. I worked with everyone at KUSD.
So when you were in high school, who were some of your inspirations at the time in the school system? Did you have any?
Jody Williams from Bradford and Holly Stanfield. They're both incredible people, and they're still there today, and it's great working with them and going back because they're such.
Did Holly just retire?
She is retiring this year.
Okay, okay. I had her for her first year in Kenosha. She was at Ruther doing music classes, and it was in 90 something. But
1982.
I think she was like out in the county, and she came into the Kenosha city, and she came to Ruther and taught us, and we were rough, but she did good. She was awesome.
It's an end of an era. She's retiring, which is unfortunate, but she wants to be done.
She inspired a lot of kids, and that's what teachers should do.
Right. And that's where we learned the work ethic, because we would rehearse every day after school. So we'd start at 3 p.m. and we'd go till 9 or 10 o'clock at night rehearsing. And that's just how the real industry was. So coming out of high school, I knew exactly what it's like in the real world. I wasn't like, we're going to rehearse for 2 hours and then
then that's it. That's it.
It was very rigorous days, and I really enjoyed having that as a young kid.
So you're going to Bradford. You're doing all this stuff. Let's have some fun questions here. What were some of your hangout spots in Kenosha when you were in high school?
I never hung out anywhere in Kenosha in high school. Unfortunately, I did not. I was mainly at, went to high school, was at Bradford, and that was about it. I really didn't hang out at all in Kenosha. Maybe Tinseltown.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I got to ask this. I mean, you were pretty young, but did you ever get down to the Orpheum in the late 90s when it was a theater?
No.
No, okay. I know you would have been pretty little.
Yeah, because I was born in 92. So
I saw
you would have been 6 or 7. It was like
Titanic
97, 98 or so. And it was, so you would have been young, but yeah. No.
I guess the only spot that I hung out is in the park down by the band shell. When I turned 18.
It was
senior year.
Is that where you smoked cigarettes and drank beer? Before you found out you were allergic to it?
Yeah, I didn't drink at all. It was actually the illegal substance.
Oh.
And it was in the park after dark.
Oh.
And K9 units come up behind us. Oh, no. It was on senior skip day.
Oh.
And there was 5 of us in the car. And the person we were with decided to throw the paraphernalia out the window.
Oh.
And they ended up putting us all in cop cars, but they said they let us all go because the driver said, "I take full responsibility for this."
Wow.
Mike Mulkey, which I'm good friends with still, and
that's a man right there.
Mike,
and
right.
he took it all we got were tickets for being in the park after dark. So it was a $120 ticket, whatever it was.
I hope you send him a Christmas card every year.
So we were all lucky. He got it expunged actually later on. So none of us have ever had it on our record. But that was the one running with the law that I've ever dealt with in my life.
Wow. I saw, speaking of the Orpheum, which you own, I saw Titanic there. With some girl I was talking to at the time.
Okay.
Interesting. When the theater,
I saw like 20, 30 movies there.
Well, you're old.
Well, I lived around the corner.
Old, yeah,
I'd go there. I lived in the apartments right on the corner behind the Dayton. So I would go when the Orpheum was open. Mm-hmm. So I would go there just to get in the air conditioning for a couple hours. We didn't have AC. Yeah. So like, what's playing? I don't care. I'll go watch Alien or Alien 3 or Grease or whatever was playing.
$1.
Yeah, for $1, $2. I think $1 in the morning, in the daytime, $2 at night. I think I'll just go sitting there for a couple hours and good old days of the AC and the Orpheum.
Yeah, those were the days.
And that was when it was only 2 theaters before they remodeled to 4.
Okay.
Ooh, you're really dating yourself here.
Did you and Lou Regani hang out back then too?
Maybe.
High school with Lou Regani.
I'm sure Kevin was there too.
Maybe. Hey.
All right, so you're done with high school. Decide you're going to go to college, or I know you did, but what made you decide to go? You wanted to go for film, obviously.
Yeah, so first, right out of high school, I went to Parkside. I went for 1 month. I was going to go for stage management, and I went there for 1 month, and I did not enjoy it. It was too schooly, I guess you could say. So I ended up going to Madison Media Institute up in Madison, which no longer exists. And it was all hands-on. It was right where I wanted to be for video production, because I worked with seasoned professionals, people that had Emmys and Grammys and all these nominations in the industry for film and video and music. So that's really what got me into high gear where I wanted to go. So I'm like, I'm going here because I really want to focus on that.
Wow.
And math classes were focused on the industry. It wasn't like learning algebra all over again.
So you got your bachelor's in filmmaking. What was your plan then?
From there, for a short period of time, I planned on going to L.A. I really wanted to move out there, start the whole career out there, and be like, everyone's doing it, I should do it.
Yeah.
A few years passed, I moved back to Kenosha because I lived in Madison for 3 years, almost 4 years. When I was here, I'm like, why would I go out there? What's the reason to move out there into an oversaturated network of people when I could do it here and create my own thing from scratch?
Okay.
Everyone's like, it can't happen here. Well, obviously it can't happen here because no one's starting it.
Okay. So you decided to come back to Kenosha and do that then?
Yep. So now Kenosha since then, and just kind of building the dream here and building the business here.
So in 2016, you purchased the Orpheum Theater building downtown.
Correct.
So what was your thoughts? I mean, you went to go look at this. What you got to explain the process of why would you even thought about owning a theater? Why, when you went and looked at it, what was it like? Tell us.
When I was looking for places to open my studio, my video production side of things, I was looking all over Kenosha because I started to getting involved in Kenosha a little bit more as I moved back. And I was talking to Christopher Nauman.
The old
DKI. And he's like,
he was
I
a
got
director for a short
he was a
time
director,
there, and
yeah.
now he's up in Green Bay. Yeah,
he's running that up there. He's like, I got a place I got to show you because I was looking for places, and we went and looked at where Public is now. That was one location. We looked at the place across the street from Public.
How much space were you looking for?
4,000 square feet, but here we are looking at 15,000+ square foot buildings.
Yeah.
So pretty close to what I needed. So we looked at those, and then he's like, I got one more to look at. It's for sale by owner. The Himes owned it at the time.
Yep. That was the
original owner, Scoops, and then Toy Story.
Yep.
The Himes Toy Store, yeah.
And I looked at it, and I walked through there, and I fell in love with it instantly. I was like, this is an incredible space. It has so much potential. And I'm only 23 years old, and I'm like, I'm going to be broke forever, but I really want to make something happen here in Kenosha and renovate this place because I've always had theaters in my mind ever since I was a kid. So I just saw the potential for it. It's just a gorgeous building.
Yeah.
And do I regret buying it? Yeah, some days. The first of the month.
But the good thing is that you have it now. You own it. You got some storefronts that are renting from you in there, and then you have your other business, the O-Coworking Space that is upstairs there. So I mean, you got businesses rocking in there already.
Yes. So I was able to activate the space as soon as I bought it because it came with a tenant, and then over the time we got some new tenants, and then the second floor is actually going to be my office space for the studio for Backyard Dream. And as I was building it, I'm like, I'm just starting out. I don't need 4,000 square feet. So I'm like, well, why? This whole thing of co-working was just, I wouldn't say it was just starting back then, but it was a newer idea. And I said, why don't I take the space, share it with people in the community that can't afford a brick and mortar or just starting out? Because I know how hard it is to get a brick and mortar. Here they get an address, they can print, they have Wi-Fi, they have a professional space to meet with their clients. And that's kind of where the vision went is, why don't I do a co-working space I can share with other people and offset some costs? And
one of our first sponsors ever on the show, Matt Glaman from
Blue Horn Digital.
Yes.
He had a studio.
Yeah, he was rented by me for a while. Yep.
What a great guy he is. He really is.
He was actually my first person. He emailed me months and months and months. He's like, when are you guys going to open? I really want to rent from you. And so he was one of our first. Him and Christine King were my first two people on my list.
Wow.
So you do like daily rentals, but you do like long-term rentals as well?
Yeah, so I have several office spaces in there, it's all month to month. So I wouldn't really say long-term. It's all month to month. They can cancel at any time. And then I have the daily and then monthly for our open seating space as well. 24/7 access.
Especially in today's world where a lot of people they can work from home, but they don't have the internet, or if they don't have the internet, they shouldn't be working. But, not capable of printing or meeting clients with.
Just want a desk where they can sit at and do their stuff. And
takes them out of the coffee shop, too.
Yeah.
I originally opened talking to Ken Murray down at the Buzz. He's like, it's nice to get some people that are just sitting in here and they buy one drink or they ask for a cup of water and they sit here all day and use the internet.
Yep.
We can shoo them down there where they can buy their coffee and then leave because when they buy one coffee, it's only a little bit of money they make and they're taking
the whole table, and one person on the whole table, yeah. So if someone's interested in this, what kind of, I mean, I heard it's like $10 a day, right?
Yep, $10 a day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you want to be there any day of the week, it's $150 a month.
$150 a month for
Yep.
the okay.
24/7 access whenever you want to go.
Okay. And you don't get your own space, but you get access to the
You get
space.
access to open seating. You get access to the
spots
conference
there.
room.
Okay.
And then free printing, free Wi-Fi.
If there's someone there already, you thumb wrestle for it?
Yeah, it's very rare that anyone has ever crossed over.
There's
and had
plenty of
issues.
rooms. There's plenty of
room.
space.
Yep.
Yeah, plenty of space to share with everyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And after
cool.
5 p.m., it kind of dies off. So if you ever want a place to go and get away at nighttime, that's the best place to go.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. All right, let's do real quick. Let's get back to the Orpheum. You bought the Orpheum. You got all these businesses in here. I remember when you first opened, you had that great block party.
Yes.
That was one of the best block parties Kenosha has ever seen. You really went all out on that. I mean, that was something that people still talk about to this day.
Honestly, weekly, someone's like, when are you going to do that block
I
party?
bet-
You should
I
really do
bet.
another block party. It's just really expensive and really,
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
it just takes a lot of planning.
But what about the building? What's going on? I mean, you had that lobby rehabbed, and then it's been
sitting. So
And it's kind of getting filled with stuff.
He's
a lot
busy
of
with
stuff.
Backyard Dream Production.
yes, my goal is, so originally we planned on, we renovated it, and then the city said, yeah, you can renovate it, and you can use it as an event space. And I said, cool, great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a restroom in there, and I was going to share it with my tenant next door. And that was with a different building inspector, and he said, no, we can't do that, because if she gets mad at you and locks you out, now you don't have a bathroom to rent the space with. And I'm like, okay. So then that just kind of died off. But now that we have a new city inspector, and that our governmental things are changing in the spring, I'm going to revisit that and try to get it back open to an event space to rent out,
Wonderful.
because it would be great to activate that space for small wedding showers, baby showers,
And you wanted to
graduations,
get live music in there, have some bands
and live
play, I
music,
remember
which
you
the
were
lobby's
telling
not
us.
huge, but I mean you could probably get about 50 to 75 people in there.
Well, if you haven't been in there, the way they had the original lobby, and then you kind of cut into the theater a little bit to make like a bigger space where you can have like food or a band or something like that play. So it's like a
Correct.
decent sized little spot there.
Yep.
And you got to put a new carpeting, new lighting, and everything in
New
there.
lighting,
Yeah, it looks
paint.
good.
They got to do a little touch up now, because after 2020 it became a storage after
Oh, that's right.
the year.
I want to just say you did a great job helping out the community in 2020 with everybody keeping their storage there. That was the hub for everybody to come down and get stuff and board up. I mean, kudos to you on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, that was great.
That
yeah.
was-
A lot of people were mad at me because I was the last building to board up. They're like, you need to board up your own building, as I'm down here boarding up everyone
Yeah,
else's.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, I probably should.
But that's the kind of guy you are. Hey, everybody else first. I'll come last. This is what that's why you love the community.
Yeah, you
so
use the
much.
lobby as like the station for everybody.
Yeah.
yeah, all the water that kept getting dropped off, plywood. I still have cleaning supplies in the back. I still have a lot of stuff in the back that I'm slowly working on donating. A lot of graffiti remover I'm passing off to business owners now.
Boathouse can use some.
I have it.
See, there we go.
Or paint. No, they have paint because someone like dripped a bunch of paint. Someone who painted on the plywood got it all over like outside the plywood.
Yeah, I got that too. I think a lot of building owners are
yeah.
dealing with that
It's
cleanup.
like, yeah, they meant well, but like,
Hey. All right, I think with that, let's take our first break, and we'll be back, and we're going to talk about Backyard Dream Productions. Whether you're in the market for a new home or just want to sell the one you have, contact Shannon Franklin of Remax Newport Elite for all your real estate needs.
Shannon will deliver outstanding and honest service to get you what you are looking for at the right price.
Shannon knows Kenosha and is excited to help you on your real estate journey.
Call her at 262-960-5182 or click that link down in those show notes to learn more.
Frank Steiner, 508 58th Street, has been a Kenosha icon since 1926.
This classic establishment offers up sassy service with scrumptious breakfasts and lunches.
Try their signature garbage plate or check out and see what their specials are today.
You mean Kevin? He's special.
Yes, he is, and so is the food.
Stop in at Frank's, open 7 days a week in downtown Kenosha.
and we're back from that break.
And what a break it was.
And we're here with Alex from Backyard Dream Productions. And when we last left, he bought this theater in downtown Kenosha that was open for 3 years out of the past 50 or so. And
And he's rejuvenated it. He's got businesses down there. He's got his own business up here, but he has another business, Backyard.
you always had in your head that you were
Productions.
going to start something like this, right? I mean, that was like your plan.
The production side of it?
Yeah,
Always.
your Backyard Dream. That was always in your head.
That's
so.
where it came from. That's where the names. Actually, my mom came up with the name because I was coming up with names years ago, and she's like, "Why don't you do Backyard Dream?" Because that's where it all started.
Yeah,
So,
true.
So you had the name already. Huh?
What were some of the other names? Do you anything?
Kudrna Productions.
Sounds like a porn.
That's Cooter.
Okay, all right.
But then everyone makes fun of this name too. They're like, "Oh, Backdoor Dream Productions."
Oh,
so that's
okay.
like, come on.
I like Backyard Dream Productions. I like that.
It sounds cliche at times. You're like, that sounds a little cliche. I'm like, it's the truth though. That's where it started. I didn't make it up like I was rich and I'm like, I'm gonna start a business
But I love the logo too with the kid on the tires.
because I had a tire in my backyard.
See, there's the story right there. It's all full circle from where you were inspired. And now you have this production company. And that you're based out of Herzing University right in downtown Kenosha at 5800 7th Avenue.
So why are you there and not in your building that you have? This 4-story building.
That's what everyone asked me.
Well, I'm going to ask you too.
Look, I need a bigger space. Obviously, I have the big theater space, but the cost to get that to a flat floor to do actual video production out of there would not be good.
Isn't there 3 floors of office spaces?
There is, but it's not tall enough. I need 20-foot ceilings.
Oh, wow.
So I am in the warehouse where the printing press was for the Kenosha News. So
Rest in peace, Kenosha News.
Yes, so we're doing media just in a different way.
They're still around.
Oh,
Who's that?
I'm sorry. The Kenosha News, I thought they were dead.
I don't know what you're talking about. You have to pay to read that ad.
But you need to
yes,
tall
taller
ceilings.
stairs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Taller
you need
ceilings. Taller
space.
ceilings.
So at one point they printed papers in there, but we're doing media in a different way. That wasn't the pun I was doing before.
Yeah.
We're doing media.
Yeah,
in a different way.
and I got the little tour not that long ago, and it is beautiful in there. You've really done a great job in there. That is, wow.
We really flipped it over because it was a big, ugly space.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our clubhouse, which our hangout space for our clients, which I built a tree and hung a tire swing in there.
Wait, what?
Oh, you
built
got
a
to
tree?
see this.
I built a tree.
Out of what?
It's actually made out of cardboard and then a layer of great stuff that's
Okay.
carved, and then Dunham's putty, and then carved that some more, and then did layers of paint, and was able to make a tree.
Okay. And then there's a tree house.
Not a tree house,
Oh.
tire swing.
Oh, a tire swing.
There's
That's
a
just
tire,
come from the
yeah,
ceiling.
tire swing
but
hangs
close-
down so people can take photos,
Just like the logo.
just like the logo. So it's an interactive logo. It's just a marketing ploy. And there's a little fence in there with a little uplight of a blue wall, so it's like a sky. And there's grass on the ground. So it's really,
Wow.
really fancy.
Okay.
Then you walk through, we have our kitchen, and then we have a full control room, so we can do live streaming production out of there. And then we have the full studio with a 10 by 30 LED wall.
That is amazing.
Wow.
So, just give us the description of what is Backyard Dream Productions.
We are a full-service video production company. So we do commercials, short films, music videos, anything in between.
Wow.
And then with that, we just added on virtual production services.
What is that?
We are the first in Wisconsin, the second in the Midwest to open a virtual production studio, which is a 10 by 30 LED wall. So
Wow.
this is replacing green screen. If you've seen The Mandalorian or anything that Hollywood is putting out right now, everything is mostly shot on an LED wall. So you're getting a real-time graphic on that back wall when you're shooting with the camera.
Yeah, they got like a big room, like a globe.
It's a big
With
volume.
the volume they call
Yep.
it. Yeah.
So you're able to shoot in real time. You get real-time reflections onto the talent or anything shiny. And the director's able to see in real time exactly what they're getting out of that camera.
The actors know what kind of
The
environment they're in.
Environment
and-
yep.
Okay, very cool. So you have this. How big is that screen?
It's 10 by 30.
Okay, wow.
That's 2.5 million pixels.
Oh. Oh.
So what kind of person in Kenosha can afford and would be interested in your kind of product?
So with this, we didn't really focus on Kenosha being able to service them with this LED wall.
Okay.
Which will work with nonprofits, so we can work out
Or even
some
just your services in general.
And with
too.
our services in general, we can work with anybody with our video production side.
Okay.
The virtual production side is a little bit harder because there's a lot more costs involved.
Well, you have to develop some kind of whole background for
Yeah, we
this.
have to develop a background
So-
and then renting the studio. Though that's anywhere between $5,000 and $8,000 a day just to
Wow.
start for that.
Yeah.
So we never really focused on Kenosha specifically. We just wanted to bring the industry to Kenosha.
Okay.
My goal is always to bring Hollywood to Wisconsin.
I love that. I love that.
Very cool.
Well, you are.
So
a
tell us
star.
about those other services that you have, though.
So obviously video production. We do live event production as well too. So we'll go to any location, whether it be an arena or a ballroom, and we'll set up live production services.
Mayoral
So
debate,
Oh, mayor debate.
that's an option.
Sunday, February 4th.
Ooh.
We can
Yes.
live
Rhodey
stream
Center.
that.
Oh, I like
We
this.
can live stream it.
We'll
And
talk.
you've done some live events before. You've done like Kaba's main meeting and
We did
stuff
the
like
Caba's
that.
main meeting. Baird Financial Group. We did their 100th anniversary at the Summerfest grounds
Wow.
back in 2019. So we've done a lot of big events over the years.
Wow.
And then we've of course did a block party several years ago too.
Oh, my favorite event.
Yeah, that was very cool.
You're going to do another one real soon, right?
Maybe.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, don't spoil it yet.
I was looking for some sponsors if anybody's listening.
Well, maybe the Ktown Connects can help you out.
Perfect.
We got half a bottle of Malort sitting up there.
I also you have a partner, so to speak, a coworker, Ken. I want to know about Ken. You work with Ken very closely. Tell us a little bit about him.
I work with Ken. About 7 years ago, he stalked me and found me.
Oh, sounds
he was
about right.
He was working in Chicago, working for WGN.
Wait, he's never told me that before.
No?
No, I'm just kidding all the time.
He loves that. So he was working down there, and he told his wife, "I really want to be done." They just moved to Kenosha 7-8 years ago. And
Okay.
He said, "I want to be done working in Chicago. I want to work in my backyard." The next morning, he slaps a paper on the table and says, "Backyard Dream Productions opens in Kenosha." His wife's like, "Here you go. Here's your sign to work in your own backyard." So he has helped me ever since then. Then we added on Jeff Rodriguez not too long ago, who's our creative director, and then Mike Detterman is also someone else I've worked with the last few years. So we have a core team now that
Mike
we work
is a
with.
good guy.
And then we have other subcontractors that we work with throughout the state as well.
But that's the core.
That's the core
The
group.
core team right there. All right, and you do, like I was telling you when I talked to you a couple of weeks ago, that public brewery commercial that you did. They're a great sponsor of us, and you did a great commercial for them. If anybody's interested in getting anything done by Backyard Dream Productions, check out that commercial because that is top notch.
Yes.
I mean, you guys do great work.
Thank you.
And I want to go in the creative process here. What comes up with, what inspires you to kind of come up with these shots?
It's actually all of us. So if the client comes to us and said they want to let's do the public brewery spot, for example, capturing the feeling of the beer. So in that commercial, we show the hops, we show the different, I want to say materials, the different ingredients for it. We wanted to show them in the foreground of it and really show off what it's made from. And actually, we just bought the probe lens back then, which is a lens that's probably about 12 inches long. You could do really macro shots.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's how we were able to get really close to all those items and make them look real life.
Wow.
So we're like, why don't we try that out and play with that? So that was kind of like our plan. We just threw a bunch of ideas at the wall, see what sticks. It's really a group effort. We all say our ideas, and some people are like, well, that's a dumb idea. Why don't you tell us what it is, and we'll work from there. Not every idea is dumb. Well, some are.
Well, you just take from every idea almost.
Correct. And that's how you're able to create. It's that brainstorming session that really brings us all together.
So would you say, like, when you're in a market like Kenosha dealing with this, your equipment you have is maybe even more important than your skills? Would you agree with that?
Yes and no. Skills come a long way because you can use really poor equipment and make it look really good.
Okay.
Low-end equipment, it really comes down to...
See what we do with this show?
I wasn't going to say anything. But it really comes down to how you're able to take a budget, any kind of budget, which I will never tell a client, no, I will figure something out to make something work within their budget. I mean, if they come to me and say I have $10, then it's a different story.
Right.
But I've had clients say, well, you're a little too expensive. I said, well, tell me what your budget is. Well, I can't tell you what it is because you're going to use it all. Well, yes, I will maximize that budget. I'm not just going to take your money. I'll give you the reasons why we can make it work for X amount of dollars. And I'll stretch that budget to give you everything you possibly need.
Nice.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
You're here to help everybody out.
I guess my question is more like, because I'm not just it's observation of me that I've seen your work looks sharp and professional, whereas like other more local things tend to look local.
And that comes down to the gear and knowing how to operate it. That's the big one. But it also comes down to the age of the gear because technology changes so rapidly. Just a few years ago, nobody was shooting in full 4K. And nothing really played back in 4K. Still things are 1080p, so you could get away with it. But now we're in the industry where resolution is so high, you have to have those high quality cameras.
And you stepped up and you have that.
We have that, yep.
Okay.
So we're
Very
shooting
cool.
full 4K now, and the plan is to upgrade that to 6K in the next couple of years.
What do you tell a business owner that's possibly thinking about becoming a client of yours? And like, well, we can just record on Facebook or make our own TikTok videos.
My nephew has a camera and went to school. That's our biggest one. Well, my nephew has an iPhone. He can just shoot it. Yes, he can. I'm sure he'll do a great job. But we actually are able to tell a story more. Yes, we can go to your business and film that you have a cheeseburger. Cool. But how we make it dynamic, how we tell a story, how do we sell that cheeseburger? That's the important part of it. But then how do we take that cheeseburger and help market even further? We kind of help you, where to get it on social media. We can help get traffic for it. Get it on television if you want. Get it on Tubi.
Yeah, okay.
We can push it that extra mile instead of just saying, well, here's my ad and now it's on Facebook. cool. Most 4 people are going to see that.
That's what my next question would be like, what kind of other outlets can you help people get on? Like,
we can get anything on over the network, over the network. So any kind of dish, cable box.
Okay.
We can get you on Tubi.
Of course, that costs them money.
It costs money. Yep.
To
So
be
there's
on
a
there.
cost on there.
Yeah.
Get you on Facebook ads, get you on YouTube ads. So we can really find a market that fits you.
Yeah, because you do your research. I think this will fit you here. This will fit you there.
And we can go down to the demographic too. We can go down to the zip code. We can go down to
Wow.
within your household, how much money you make, who lives there, if it's male, female, if it's kids, if it's husband and wife. We can find out if you're actually just about to have a divorce based on your search history, or if you're going on a trip, and we can really market to where you want it, where that person is.
Backyard Dream Productions. This is your dream. It's coming true. You're doing it. You got a great team. You got the Orpheum. You got the Co-working. What's next for you?
What's next for me is truly bringing Hollywood to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the stepping stone there. It's really getting back our film incentive credits. That's my next big goal.
Explain it to our regular listener. Here.
So in, let's say, Georgia or Michigan, they get usually 33% back on the back end from the government for shooting in that state.
Okay, I see a lot of places shooting in Atlanta all the time.
They
I
have
see that.
huge incentives there to shoot with local crews or whatever it might be. They get money back. We used to have them. Public Enemies was one of the last movies to shoot here back in 2007-ish.
The Johnny Depp movie? That
yes.
shot in Kenosha?
That was shot. It was shot in Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
So it's a
okay.
Wisconsin
Gotcha.
film incentive. It's based all of Wisconsin.
Yeah,
it's not a local.
thing,
It's not a
statewide.
local credit. It's statewide. So Doyle dropped them back in 2007-ish because there wasn't safety nets in, and I understand why he did it, but they should have retooled it instead of dropping it because it's a lot harder to bring
Okay.
things back that you decide to get rid of.
Yeah.
And a lot of people see it as, well, why are we giving free money away? Well, if you have someone shooting in Kenosha, filming, you have hundreds of people that are coming to work there for that. So they're spending money on hotels, they're spending money on food, they're going grocery shopping, they're doing these things in the community, and they're bringing money in, but also you're helping incentivize them to be here. So that is the goal, is to bring the film incentives back. Our current governor is interested in it. It's just a lot of loopholes to get it up and going again.
So can someone write a letter to the governor and be like, hey, allow more film incentives?
You can write a letter. It's just a lot of lobbying.
Yeah,
It's just a lot of
yeah.
lobbying to get it to the point. And people have been trying for several years to get it back.
Why is it so difficult?
It's giving free money away in a way.
Okay.
Here's the other thing is we are 50th in the country for arts funding in Wisconsin.
Whoa.
We are very low for arts funding. If you go to Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, they're in the top 10.
Wow.
So we're landlocked for arts. And I don't get that. We have such talented people here that leave. And my goal is to keep people here, or if they want to leave, they can leave and come back. But Wisconsin should be a hub to start their careers as
agree
very
with
young,
you.
whether it be in elementary school on up.
Wow. We got to make a change. This has got to change. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah, we're going to do a little research. We're going to get a campaign going, I think.
Yes. And get more funding back into the arts.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, Alex. Backyard Dream Productions, located at 5800 7th Avenue inside Herzing University. You can find them on the World Wide Web at backyarddream.io, Facebook and Instagram. You can email them at create@backyarddream.io. Come on, let's do this.
Find those links down in the show notes.
Yeah, they'll all be right there. Boom, 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 boom.
Anyone that contacts us and mentions Ktown Connects, I'll give them 10% off on their first video.
My goodness. Oh, you heard it here first. Good thing I got a bunch of fake email accounts.
All right, with that, I think we're going to take our next break, and we'll be right back to wrap things up with Alex at A Backyard Dream.
Aaron Hunziger of AH Did It is a local industrial artist who specializes in lighting creations, custom furniture, and much more.
Each piece he creates is a one-of-a-kind, guaranteed to never be duplicated, and is handcrafted with extensive care and imagination.
Wow, no project is too big or too small.
For more, find Aaron on social media under AH Did It. All one word.
What's that delicious smell?
Well, it must be Hyde and Cheese.
The one thing we all need in Wisconsin is more cheese options.
And at Hyde and Cheese, they have taken the art of grilled cheese to amazing and delectable levels.
Hyde and cheese can be found all over the Kenosha area, including Carthage College, Milligers Market in Racine, and most of the summer festivals around town.
Be sure to like them on Facebook to find out where to pick up one of their fantastic sandwiches and soups. In 2024, Kenosha will be electing a new mayor for the first time since 2016.
Did you know that for the past 31 years, Kenosha's only had 2 mayors?
We have new options available in 2024, and how well do you know these mayoral candidates?
The primary election in Kenosha is in February, and Ktown Connects is organizing a very special event where all of Kenosha can get to know these candidates and make an informed decision of where your vote should go.
Jason and I don't know much about politics, so we got someone who does. This event will be moderated by WIP's very own Pete Sarzan.
Come out to the Rotary Center for the Arts in downtown Kenosha on Sunday, February 4th at 2 p.m. Admission is a $2 suggested donation to the Rotary Center.
Know your vote 2024.
Find more details on ktownconnects.com. All right, and we're back from that break.
Oh, that was loud.
And what a break it was, huh, everybody?
Yeah. What time is it now, Donnie?
It's time for our Kenosha Connects questions. And Kenosha Connects is brought to you by Union Park Tavern.
That's right. Every Friday, get on down to UPT, 4520 8th Avenue for their famous fish fry. Did you know they're voted best in the Kenosha for the last decade?
I did know that.
But that's not all. Union Park Tavern serves up some great food every day, including their 9 a.m. weekend brunches.
Ooh, those are delicious.
And they offer plenty of entertainment. Live music, trivia night, karaoke night, and get this, more.
Not the and more.
More.
Wow.
That's Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue.
Also, be sure to check out the live entertainment at Angie and Ben's other bar, Pavle's Lounge. They are open Thursday through Saturday and located at 1724 52nd Street. Go, Angie and Ben.
Good old Pablo's.
All right, Alex, you ready for these Kenosha Connects questions?
He just took a slam of the seltzer, so I think,
He's ready.
Couldn't be any more ready.
Alex, what is the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Would have been last night. I had Ono's. I had sushi for dinner.
Oh, okay.
Yummy.
Delicious.
Ono was great down there.
Baked in Kenosha is my favorite thing.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
What is something about Kenosha that you'd like new residents to know?
That we're a beautiful community. There's so many great people here, and there's so many great restaurants. There's so many great stores. It's a big town with a very big heart, and you can go anywhere and everyone's going to greet you, and it's a great time.
Nice.
What now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back?
Ooh, that's a hard question. What would I want brought back?
I mean, you're not that old, so you don't have many choices.
I don't have many
guess.
choices. The old Garbs building. I love Garbs. Lou Organi would like that one. I guess I wish all the theaters was here. I wish the theaters never disappeared. Maybe not all of them, but at least the good, the Kenosha Theater, the Orpheum, the Lake Theater, being the roadie prior to what it is now. It'd be really great to have all those original facilities being back. Would be my goal.
Yeah. There were so many way back when, but even when I was a kid, we had like 4 in town that each had like 2 theaters or so. So you had like a neighborhood one you guys you can walk to when you're a kid at least. Now it's like, hey mom, can you give me a ride to Tinseltown so I can watch a movie? It's like,
Well, now I'm like, Mom, can you pay for this movie on Amazon for me? Oh, wait, no, I don't ask my mom to pay for that.
Just really wish we had an arts district. That would be really great.
Yes.
Entertainment district
Yes.
that we could have.
yeah.
Waukegan has it, so why can't we?
Yeah, I mean, we're way better than Waukegan.
Yeah.
They don't even have a podcast called Waukegan Connects. I mean,
They have a weed shop though.
yeah, they're cool. Dang it.
All right, Alex. Your favorite pizza place in Kenosha?
And it changes every day and every week, though.
I would say my favorite pizza would probably be Cortese's on Sheridan.
Ooh, great place.
Oh,
That is-
Cortese's.
That is a good place. I was there not that long ago. Actually, probably about 6 months ago, but great
Keeley
place.
makes me a mean pizza, which he makes special. He does the deep dish pan, and he takes mazzaroli noodles and fills it
What?
with the vodka sauce, and then layers it all together. The best pizza ever. There's zero carbs in it.
Right.
Yeah,
So if
right,
I
yeah.
went there and I said, "Can I have the Alex special?" He'll know what I'm talking about.
You can't say special. You got to tell them a little more because I have a lot of special dishes there.
Oh,
well, that's
okay.
you said pizza.
The Alex pizza.
Yeah, the Alex pizza.
Okay. All right. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna take a picture on it and send it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Stop in and have the Alex Pizza at Quotations.
Yeah. Hey, do you listen to WLIP? If so, what is your favorite show?
Back in the day, would have been Lou Regani.
Oh, very nice.
Back when he did more of the history stuff, not the music of the stars. It'd be more of when he just talked.
Remembering Kenosha.
Remembering Kenosha would be my favorite.
Yeah, I love Lou Regani.
He brought me on there a few times.
Oh, really? Talk about the Orpheum, I'm assuming.
Yes. You want to know my favorite story of Lou Regani? Sorry, a little side note.
Yeah.
When I first
We're all
met
here.
him, he's like, we should get together sometime and have
I know where
dinner.
this is going.
We actually went to dinner twice, and he said, "Let me at the hospital."
Yes, I was just going to tell you that. We had him on the show, and Rob from Villa de Carlo was on the show before or after, and they were talking. And what's your favorite place to eat, restaurant? And they both said the hospital.
I know. I really want to go back there because when he said, "Meet me at the hospital," I'm like, "Are you? What room are you in?" Like,
And our longtime listeners are going to love this because we've talked about this before. Because I've went to it since then. Since he raved about the hospital food, I went there. and I was like, yeah, it's fucking
it's
good.
it's a good
cheap.
deal. You get a double
Yeah.
cheeseburger for like $8 with fries. I don't know what it is now. That was like 5-6 years ago, but
Oh, I got like the special with a sample, and it's like $7. I'm like, oh, yeah, awesome.
So if you want to see Alex, Jason, Donnie, Rob from Villa de Carlo, and Lou Regani, go to the hospital to eat dinner and
Kenosha
lunch.
Hospital downtown, yeah.
best restaurant in Kenosha.
This is too good. This is too good.
And then I met him one year for Christmas Eve. I went to Golden Corral with Lou Regani.
Good old, okay.
So
All right. Good old Lou. Gotta love Lou.
Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, Alex. When's the last time you put your toes in Lake Michigan?
would have probably been last year when we were filming a short film there.
Oh, what was that short film?
It was called Still Here. It was a mental health film.
Oh, very nice.
The guy actually drowns himself in there. And actually comes back out. He doesn't actually drown, but he's trying to drown himself. And we filmed in the water. So,
Wow.
yes.
Very cool.
All right, last one. You ready?
Yes.
Big Star or The Spot? I know, tough one. Tough one.
Big Star because I'm North Sider.
There you go. There you
But
go.
the Spot has good options too. But Big Star all the way.
Yeah, they're banana shakes. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. All right. Ding, ding, ding. What time is it?
It's trivia time. That's brought to you by The Lettering Machine.
The Letter Machine is located at 725 50th Street. They can customize almost anything. Gifts, uniforms, school apparel, office attire, accessories, you name it, they can do it. Also, check out their online novelty shop at thelettermachine.com as they have some awesome ready-made designs just for you. Check out The Letter Machine. Hello, Dave and Tina.
Love the place. Love Lettering Machine.
Who doesn't?
I just ordered a T-shirt for my mom for Christmas.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Hope she's not listening. She doesn't. All right, trivia this time. Now, Alex, as a film producer, I assume you have a fair share of film history knowledge.
I've never seen Star Wars, so hopefully those aren't in there.
Okay, well, especially like the groundbreaking films, which have changed the way we look at the big screen. So for today's trivia, I will give you the title of a film which really took movie making to the next level, and you must tell me the name of the famous director of the film. For example, if the question was Star Wars, the answer would be George Lucas. Easy enough. Donnie?
I'm ready.
So we got 4 questions for each of you. See how well you can do.
Okay.
Citizen Kane, 1941.
It was a movie. Oh, well, who directed it?
Yeah,
Oh, Orson Welles.
there you go. That's how you play this game. So
And he's from Kenosha.
kind of, yeah.
Well, for like 3 days. These Kenosha people seem to
He was
love
born
him.
here and left as a toddler. So
But he has a rock outside the house.
yeah. He's one of my least favorite famous Kenoshans. Donnie, your turn.
I'm ready.
The Exorcist, 1973. Landmark horror film. Who directed it?
Gibby Phillips?
I don't know who that is, but that is not the answer.
I just made that name up.
The answer is William Friedkin.
I did not know that.
I wouldn't have
You
got that
didn't
either,
know.
to be honest.
Okay. Alex, see if you get this one. 1968, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
I should know this.
Yeah, you should.
What's his face?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not Quentin Tarantino.
1968, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
It was either Tarantino or Aronofsky.
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
Ah!
Damn it. Because he references that quite often in other films. Yes, Stanley Kubrick. He's
All right.
my other favorite director. Oops.
Donnie, you can tie it up here.
I will.
Donnie,
George Lucas.
this is one of the first mockumentaries made, popular ones at least. 1984's This Is Spinal Tap. Who directed it?
Oh.
Stop swearing.
You got a lot of editing to do. Kevin Urban.
I'll give you a hint. Meathead. It was Rob Reiner from All in the Family. He played the son in All in the Family. He's a
I
director.
have no idea.
Rob Reiner. He did This Is Spinal Tap. Donnie, you're not doing so good. Okay.
I'm not doing good either.
Well, you're up 1-0, so it's...
You're beating me.
Here we go. Third one for you, Alex. Now, this is a classic sci-fi film going way back. 1927. I'm sure, you studied film. You must have talked about this film in class. Metropolis. Who directed that?
Oh, you really throw that back.
Well,
Oh, boy. Donnie, do you know this one?
No. No.
Donnie doesn't know any of them.
You're supposed to give them the easy ones.
I thought that was an easy one.
I couldn't answer that question.
Oh, it's Fritz Lang.
See, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay.
Who's that?
All right.
Who the fuck's that?
Donnie, how about this one? You gotta get this one.
Oh, God damn it.
The Birth of a Nation, 1915.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ronald
That's not a good one. It's a horrible movie.
No, it's a horrible movie, but it's a good question.
It's D.W. Griffith.
Yeah,
did
that's
that
what I
one.
said.
Yeah, no, that's not what
That's
you
one
said.
where they dyed the film different colors so you knew the progression of time. Because it was black and white when they dyed that film.
Oh,
So you know when they're jumping
interesting.
back and forth.
Oh.
I believe
It
was
is
that
like
film.
3.5 hours long.
It is. We watched it in college.
Oh, wow.
And we had to do a paper on it.
So you knew that answer then, huh?
Yes, until it slipped my mind, but yes.
Okay. Let's see if you know this one to solid up your lead here. This is the last question for you,
Francis
Alex.
Ford Coppola.
No, he's not on this list. This is a classic horror film, actually before The Exorcist, 1968, Night of the Living Dead.
What is his name?
Yeah, what's his name? Come on.
Everyone's going to be so mad that I don't get this one.
When you think zombie, you think of this guy. He's a creator.
George. Was that right? That's-
George Takei?
No, I think that was a Star Trek guy, wasn't it?
I can't think
Wasn't that
of
Sulu? No, that's George Romero.
it. Ah,
Romero.
that's it.
Donnie,
I
let's see if you
knew
can
the- I
tie
knew
it
the
up.
George part. Okay, let's
He's
see.
not going to get it.
1982, Blade Runner.
Harrison Ford.
He started it. Who directed it?
I thought that was a question. I don't know.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott. Did he have a brother? Did he kill himself?
I don't know.
If he didn't, he's listening to this, he will.
I think he did. The Ridley
So
brothers.
at a riveting
Oh, yeah.
score of 1-0, Alex wins trivia 1-0 here. And what does he win, Donnie?
Alex, you win a Ktown Connects t-shirt courtesy of the letter machine that I will hand to you after the show. And I want you to proudly wear it tomorrow
Okay.
or to bed tonight.
Whenever I see you, I'll make sure I wear it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Here, I'm gonna put it
Thank
on.
you to the letter machine for those
Yes,
t-shirts. We
that's
appreciate
awesome.
it.
So once again, we're talking to Alex of Backyard Dream Productions. They're located at 5800 7th Avenue. That's inside Herzing University. You can find their website at backyarddream.io and find them on Facebook and Instagram.
And don't forget about the O-Coworking Space in beautiful downtown Kenosha, 5823 6th Avenue, inside the Orpheum Theater. You can find them on the internet at theokenosha.com and in our show notes. Alex, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
It
you
was
guys
so
so
much
much.
fun, wasn't it?
I appreciate finally being on the
Oh,
show.
I know. We you're like the Matt Damon of being on the Ktown Connects podcast, but we got you on now.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
The ratings are going to be through the roof.
Is there royalties after this? Or
Maybe.
We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk business after the show. Right?
Well, we'll see what we get from we get this episode on Channel 14 every week. You can find that and many episodes of Ktown Connects on Spectrum. That's Channel 14 and the Kenosha Community Media streaming channel on your Roku. They air every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m.
Don't forget to save the date, Sunday, February 4th, 2024, at the Rhodey Center of the Arts. For the Ktown Connects is bringing you Know Your Vote Kenosha Mayor Discussion. This is going to be something. We have all the people running for mayor are going to be
wait.
there. This is going to be great. More details coming soon. We didn't want to bore you down since the end of the show. You're going to fast forward it.
Angie, what do you think?
That's exactly right.
Don't forget to follow the Ktown Connects podcast on all those social media outlets: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of them. Drop us a review on whichever one you can, and tell everyone about the best podcast in town, and that is
The Ktown Connects podcast, baby. And we want to give a special shout out to our Patreon subscriber of the week.
oh my gosh, who is it? Who is it? Who is
Oh
it?
my gosh, I don't know. It's Kevin the Pancake Flipper, Irvin of Frank Steiner. Thank you for all your support. Oh my
Go,
goodness,
Kevin.
thank you. And if you'd like to be a Patreon subscriber, visit ktownconnects.com for the quick link.
Click that link, boom, you're right there. You can sign
Pancake
right up.
Flipper, did you write this?
Wasn't me.
You know what? Lenny Palmer probably did.
Oh,
That
that
son of a
Lenny
bitch,
Palmer.
that guy.
Is that the Frank Steiner guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
you might have heard of
Okay,
him.
yeah.
Good old Kevin.
I thought his name was Frank.
He loves that.
And we'd also like to thank all of our sponsors, including Union Park Tavern,
Frank Steiner,
AH Did It, Aaron Hunzinger,
Lucci's Grandview,
Wink Beauty Boutique,
Hide and Cheese,
Shannon Franklin of Remax Realty,
Roar, WeRoar.la,
Public Craft Brewing,
The Lettering Machine,
and that's it. Thank you so much. We had a great time here.
in our new studio. Our first one. Thank you, Alex, for coming in. You're the first one to see our new studio here.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, you have a tint of yellow in you now.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. You know what? What a great show. We learned a
It
lot.
was a great show, Donnie, but I got to ask the big question.
Yeah, what's that?
What are we doing here?
We are connecting Kenosha.